Hello and welcome back. First of all, I would like to commend everyone on a great discussion about the documentary Hell on Wheels. You have all pointed out very key points of interest from the documentary. And on that point, because it's such a great discussion, um, that I would definitely suggest that everybody read as many posts as they can, not only on this discussion board, but on the other discussion boards. It's the equivalent of being in the classroom and hearing the whole discussion is to read all of the other discussion posts. Now, I'm only requiring you to respond to two of them, right? But you should feel free to respond to as many as you want, and I would definitely suggest that you read as many as is practical. The let's see, so a couple of things that you pointed out in this documentary uh, that I think were very useful and very key was the controlling nature of the CEOs and the breakaway of the other group, but also the objectification of women, sometimes brought on by the women themselves, right? The penalty box and this sort of thing. And the derby that I have seen, the games that I have seen, don't involve. They do involve the outfits like they wear in the documentary, but they don't involve the type of penalty wheel or the fake falling and that sort of thing. But this, what I watch is normally women's flat track derby, and so you can, from this point in the documentary on, derby is kind of split into two major types, and one of them is bank track, of course, like we're going to see in Whip It, but also flat track. And so where I don't see some of the same types of objectification going on in modern flat track derby, I'm not sure about the other types. Some of this stuff might be going on. But fascinating things you guys are pointing out. Now, the next thing we're going to do is going to be reading an article by M. Ann Hall, and this will be the most challenging reading for the course. She uses a lot of academic language that you might not be used to or you might feel lost in. So what I've done is made this a Dropbox assignment where I ask you 4 key questions, and I want you to answer them like the Dropbox instructions say, 2 or 3 sentences in your own words. I want to make sure that you understand these 4 points. But I picked this article for a couple reasons. First of all, it's well, this isn't the reason I picked it, but I think it'll coincide interestingly with our last article that we read. It's in the form of a memoir, so this professor is recounting how her studies of sports in feminism have evolved through the 40-year span. And but I also think, so it's interesting in the form of a memoir, but I also think that there's so many studies that she references kind of in passing, that if you were to want to do further research on feminism in sports or feminism in general, there's a lot of material here. But if you feel lost in the article, don't worry. See if you can answer the questions that I've put on the Dropbox. Don't worry about some of the more perhaps confusing discussions that she talks about, like between positivism and cultural studies. I don't expect you guys to be able to understand that, but what I hope you'll be able to get out of the article is an interesting memoir about a professor who is working in sports, in feminist sports studies. I think right now she is a leading figure in feminist sports studies. She's retired, but a lot of theorists look to her. So don't worry if you feel lost. Just see if you can get some of get those questions answered, and I think you'll pull away from this article what you'll need for the rest of the class. Again, you guys are doing great work. and I'm looking forward to your Dropbox responses. Make sure that you upload it by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow night. And if you have any questions or concerns or problems or technical issues, feel free to email me, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. All right, I'll see you guys next time.